Welcome back. Retail sales have rebounded in August thanks to unusually warm winter weather, tax cuts, Father's Day sales and energy rebates, which the Bureau of Statistics says encouraged Australian consumers to eat out and upgrade their wardrobes. Retail turnover increased 0.7% during the month, which was higher than expected and was up 3.1% for the year. Australians spent about $36.5 billion during August, with most categories rising. The only sector to fall was household goods, which slumped 0.3%, but this was due to heightened spending in prior months due to mid-year sales. For more on this, I spoke to Paul Zara, the CEO of the Australian Retailers Association, a little earlier.
Look, it's a pleasing result, but really it's nothing to sort of write home about because it's still the majority of the retail spend's coming from food. So we know that food's obviously an essential item. Food was up about 3.8%. We look at cafes, restaurants and takeaway, it gives you a different picture. They're only up 0.5%. So we can see the general theme around people trading down, eating at home, looking at ways to save money. So we did see an uptick in the discretionary sector, which was great in department stores and clothing, footwear and accessories are broadly around 2%. Still, great that we saw an upside, but it's not a big number.
Yeah, I think the Bureau of Statistics say it was the warmest August since 1910, and that encouraged people to kind of reshop for their new wardrobe looks ahead of the spring season.
And this is true because, of course, the retail industry is driven by newness. So, the fact is that we got through the mid-year sales, end of financial year sales, clearing out winter merchandise. And, of course, all the new season merchandise goes in. And if the weather doesn't match what's happening in store, then we've got a problem. But what happened this month, of course, the month of August, we saw all the summer merchandise going in, and we also saw the fact that the weather was warmer. So that was a really to the delight of retailers.
Father's Day also during the month, clearly a big sales event. And then looking ahead to the rest of this year, we've also got some big months coming up. You've got the Cyber Monday, Black Friday sales is really turning into the big premier sales event of the year, isn't it?
Well, look, for discretionary retailers, they make up to 2/3 of their profit in that all-important Christmas trading period. So what's important for them is they want to see people open their purses and shopping. So this gift-giving period is really important. There's Halloween in there, which has become a major phenomenon in itself. But the Black Friday, Cyber Monday weekend will be the biggest, we think, on record as households look to save and get their household dollar to go as far as possible.
Yeah, obviously we've got tax cuts, energy rebates. Some Australians are clearly starting to spend that money. So is there a bit of positivity now coming into the retail sector due to that?
Look, retailers by nature always remain optimistic. However, the reality always hits when they're actually, they're doing the till and counting up what they've taken for the day. And we hope that continues through. We do think as because these big promotional events are becoming so big, that in fact there might be some subdued spending the lead up to those events. But those big promotional events become so important. So if the retailer doesn't do well during those big promo events, then it's unlikely they'll have a good Christmas trading period.
Yeah, because you look around at the sector and there's one company, Mosaic Brands, announcing they're going to be closing potentially 200 stores across Australia. So clearly there are some pressures out there.
There's no doubt. So in fact, this has been a really difficult year for most retailers, particularly discretionary retailers, and particularly for those that trade in that middle market. So what we've seen through this cost of living crunch is that consumers have either, those with cash have traded up and spent their money. We saw that even in the ABS numbers. People continue to shop on cosmetics or those smaller luxuries, but most consumers have traded down. So that middle market's really suffered. And unfortunately, it's sad to hear because we don't like to hear about store closures. There's lots of jobs that will be obviously be concerning for those people involved.
Yeah, you look at the Reserve Bank obviously trying to reduce inflation and stop consumer spending, but there's also tax cuts and things coming through as well. So what's the outlook? How do you think they're going to react to looking at today's numbers with sales up 0.7% in August?
Look, I think the tax cuts have been helpful. What we do know also from the ABS that most people have saved that money. They've actually not spent it in discretionary spending. This is the whole argument with the RBA. They're trying to slow spending, but of course retailers they need people to spend money. Of course, we're a big part of the economy, $420 billion is spent in the sector each year, and it's important for jobs and for the economy overall. So it's a bit of a double-edged sword, unfortunately, and we've got to be conscious that the Reserve Bank has a huge impact on the retail community, and we certainly want, as we lead into this all-important Christmas trading period, the Reserve Bank to give us a Christmas gift and consumers a Christmas gift by reducing interest rates would be an amazing outcome for this trading period.
Hopefully that could happen. But Paul, just tell us about the amalgamation that's underway with the group that you're running.
So the Australian Retailers Association is the oldest and largest retail association in the country, and there's another association we've been working very closely with recently, the National Retail Association, which is based in Queensland. And the associations by nature are all state-based, and this is the last sort of remaining aspect of the associations coming together. So we have this proposed amalgamation that's in great pathway to happening. We both have our AGMs later this year, and we hope that members will vote for it, because really important, particularly when we talk to government, that we're talking with one voice, and these two associations come together, it will be a very happy marriage.
Paul Zahra from the ARA, thanks for your time.
Pleasure.